Hello, everybody. No, my dashboard's not loading. It's okay. Um, Frames are good. There's the video. It says I'm offline. Might be weird. My power was off. They're over here working on Hey, Teresa. They're over here working on my solar today. I think they've got all three arrays connected. According to this, I produced 2.71 kilowatts. And that seems really good. Um, Peak power 2.71 kilowatts. So, hey, Danny, Jeffrey, Philip, Randy, Kathy, Geo, Bubble, Lighton, Karsten, Michael Haskey. Where have you been, buddy? Lori, Alicia. I am enjoying the day. Yes, I am. I took Rogan into the veterinarians and had his toenails clipped, and they did a heartworm test on him. It came back negative. That's good. Good news. And like I said, the guy was here trying to get the power connected. He's got a technical error between my two inverters. They're not communicating with each other, and it's just a matter of typing in the right serial code, and he's got to contact the company to do it, but they're not open on Saturday. So he says he'll be back Monday or Tuesday to get that working, and then my inverters will be running, and I think my backup battery will start storing backup battery power, and at night I'll be able to run on backup battery, I believe. I've been in the hospital because I was dumb. What'd you do, Dakota? Hopefully you have all your limbs. I hope you haven't cut anything off. And my pain oil, it can fix your pain, but it can't solve stupidity, bro. I wish it could. Been seeing a shrink. The doctor said I needed to see him before surgery. Michael. Okay. Before surgery. Okay. Jeez. Wow. What are they going to do to you on Wednesday, homie? Sounds like with a little more power panels, you should get a check from your power company. Right, Randy? They should be paying me. It doesn't work that way, but it kind of works. I used to Bravet Tech. I used to Bravet Tech. I don't know what bra is. You calling me bra? Yeah, bra. You used to Vet Tech, bra? Yeah, bra. You Vet Teching, bra? Let's get some numbers on the chat. That'll make me happy. Just to see how many people we got here in that living room with me. I like to do a head count. Count up all the trendies. Oh, 36 people. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Huh. That's a little off for my likings. I think I will redo that. Shall we? Let's redo this. If it'll let me. There we go. Oh, you guys don't like it like that, do you? Okay, we'll go like that. Here, let's do it again. Okay, let's create a new source here. And we will select it smartly, of course. Like this and like that. Wow, 43. Hello, 43 people in my living room. Hello. Hello. How are you guys? You want to get high? Who wants to get high with me? You guys want to get high? I want to get high. I want to get high with the trendies today. Let's just have some fun and smoke some for everyone. Oh, they're taking the tumor out. Good luck with that, bro. You can tell me if it messed with you or not. Right. my finger and I got infected. Concrete tile? Dakota, man. Sorry, buddy. Support nay Twitter. Hell yeah, Karsten. Thank you, Karsten. Joan, hey. Teresa, been cleaning. All right. Connie. Hey, Michael. Yep, they're taking the tumor out. Karsten. I spent a bubble. So Rogan got a clean bill of health. So far, so good. Oh, got a hell of a gift yesterday for you. They gave us all 36 ounces. Gold bars. I don't know what Perth Mint is. Okay, Perth Mint. We didn't know he had that much gold put away. Damn. That's fucking amazing, James. Awesome. You could use that. For dabbed with terp pearls. No. I mean, however, dabbed with terps? Yes. I mean, are you trying to give it some special name with your pearls? What the fuck is a pearl? Long day at work, cook at the busiest gang. Mike Flo. Carson says yes, please. Ray. Stone to the bone. Teresa. Lori. Tulsa has a confirmed case. Yeah, we heard. Pro Dragon. Teresa. James Simon. 9 grandkids, 36 ounces, 324 ounces. I'm already, but I definitely get higher. Nay, what's your Twitter? It's Trendy As Dabbers on Twitter. Trendy ASDABBERS. 20 pounds of gold. Do you even Twitter, Bray? Dakota says it. Okay, I think we're all caught up. I think we're all caught up with the chat. Do a big rip for a paraplegic, Nay. Corey Cox, my paraplegic friend. Absolutely, bro. I'm so sorry about the condition you're in, and I'd love to do a dab for you. Okay. Right on, Corey. I'm here for you, brother. Put you in a banger with a cyclone cap. They spin when inhaling to evenly coat the banger with oil. Oh, yeah. They weren't called terp balls when those first came out. Yeah. I've seen that shit. You know, you can do whatever you like, guys. There's a million ways to dab, and they're all good. Whatever you like, you know, whatever works for you. This is the one that works for me. But you do what works for you, and that's the beauty of dabbing is you get that thing on a hot metal, inhale the vapor, and it doesn't really matter how you do it. It's just whatever works for you to get that THC in your body. Yeah, I've seen those quartz balls once, but they weren't called terp pearls. But yeah, I've never used them before. John Besser, being nice to my neighbors. Randy says top of the hour. It is. This is considered top of the hour. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis is autism's for all. Cheers, everybody. I'm looking at all the oil coming down off of this globe, man. I just don't want it to drip on me. Karsten, Randy, Teresa, cheers, guys. Connie, cheers. Karsten, Smokes Long Thomas, what's up? Mike Flo, yo, puff, puff. Hey! You be nice. Come here. Rogan, come here. Let me pick you up. Come on. Come on, lovies! I said lovies, you start coming up. Hey, come here, boy. Come here. I got you. I captured you. Oh, I captured you. Oh, I captured my baby boy. Beefo, oh, beefo, beefo. He's like, what's wrong with my daddy? What's wrong with my daddy? Oh, the baby. The baby. Oh, the baby.
I'm a baby.
Kathy smokes along. Bubble smokes along. Jacob, why always blow smoke rings? To show people how long I hold the smoke in my lungs for. It's a great question, Jacob. I want people to know that the longer you hold your hit in, it doesn't hurt you. And you can hold your hit in as long as you want, and you'll get more high, and you'll save more cannabis. All right, Jacob Trench? Mr. Baba Blue Jaws, 710 coming up. Yes, thank you. I'm saving mine. My cousin's trying to sell theirs fast. So I gave it to them. What we talking about? Thomas, how long has it been since you counted your hoops? I count them almost every time. That was 41 smoke rings, I believe. I've been smoking since 9 a.m. I'm OCD, I can't help it. It's just something I do. My brain works overtime on stupid shit that doesn't matter. That's part of OCD. You know, when you see somebody organizing things on a desk that they're going to take and use, you know, that's just burning up extra brain speed. Yeah, it's like turbo. It's like your brain has a turbo on it. It's taking that extra energy and doing something with it. Like a turbo does. Some people just blow the exhaust out. People like us, we just use that energy to do more weird shit with because we don't know what else to do. James Simon says if you hold your hits longer, it gives it more time to absorb. Yes, James, that is correct. That is factual. And absolutely will keep getting you high. The people who say that that doesn't get you high, you can prove it. There's a way to prove it. Just have somebody sitting next to you. Okay? Okay. Give them a hit after you absorb it into your lungs. In other words, give them a shotgun hit from your mouth. So exhale into them, into their mouth, right? And they'll get high too. You'll see. That'll prove it. So if the smoke's only good for 3 seconds and what you blow out is just wasting it, then give it to somebody else and they'll get high, right? Well, then why wouldn't keeping that smoke that got them high in your body longer and longer get you more high? If when you blow out, no smoke comes out because you ghosted it. That's a pretty easy way. It's just common sense bullshit. But I prove it because when I hold my breath, when I hold my hits in, I get more and more high. And if I have to do something like, let's say, a contractor's coming over to do some work or I have to talk business with somebody, and I'm doing a show, I won't do the smoke rings. I won't hold my hits in for a long time. I'll just smoke, blow it out. I know I won't be as high in a half hour. I won't be. I'll be almost coherent. Blow it into a balloon? Yeah, or you can do a dab bag. Hey, I mean a vape bag. That's right, 710. It's 710. All right. Holy shit, that was hot. Oh my God, 710. I've gotten so high off of that first dab. It all just, boom, my brain is woo right now. Damn, one dab. It's called you call that blowing back? Robert Lee, right on, buddy. Pro Dragon puts up some nay faces. Nay faces, nay faces, nay faces, nay faces. I sing anytime someone posts nay faces. It's true. Just ask Pro Dragon. I do it every time. Does it every time. All right. 511 here. No, it's not 511. It's 710, bro. 710. I don't care what your fucking clock says. It's 710, and it's time to smoke. All right? No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis isn't just for all. Cheers, everybody. my goodness. You got called a white piece of trash? You white piece of trash? Bob, you know what you should have done? You should have turned around, and whoever that person was that called you a white piece of trash, you should have handed them what they wanted and said, here, enjoy my white privilege. You should have given it to them. Here, have it. Take it. Go ahead. You want this? Go ahead. Enjoy my white privilege. It doesn't even fucking make sense. You're a white piece of trash. What if that person was any other color? What would they have been? You know? So racist and so unnecessary. It was a black guy? Okay, so I would have turned around, I would have given him the item, said, here, have it, enjoy my white privilege. Does it feel, you feel better now? Go ahead, enjoy. Because I tell you what, if you do that, they're going to learn a lesson real fucking fast. And you walk away, and they have the item, whatever it was, in their hand, standing there, feeling like a fucking asshole for being a racist prick. And for people out there to say that, you know, some certain races can't be racist because they're a minority, that's a perfect example of racism. That's not reverse racism. That's fucking racism. So, you know, just prove to them how wrong they really are. Prove to them how wrong they are. Oh, really? I'm the white piece of shit? Here you go. Here you go. Enjoy this item that was so important to you that you decided to get fucking racist on me, bro. Here, have that. Is that better now? You feel better? You know, it's a trying time when there's a virus going around like this. People are on edge and shit, whatever. You need to do whatever you can to try to fucking put people at ease. Try to be the bigger person and set an example for people. Y'all catch the Covfefe 19 yet? Stay in your homes. 105,000 confirmed cases. The chances of you catching this virus right now are very, very small. So, you know, if you stay away from people, if you can do that, you've got a much slighter chance of catching this thing. So, stay away from large groups of people, guys. Dude, it got me high as fuck. It happened. Oh, bro, you could have really set a really good example for everybody there by doing that. If it happens again, man, pull that move. You know, there's no reason for that person to have said those words to you, and you could have proven it really quick. And showing them who the piece of shit there was in that situation. All right, no law regarding cannabis. Cannabis is tism for all. Cheers, everybody. Quarter of the hour. Bad Blue Draw says, psh. What should exactly? Actually, if you give him the item, you don't have to say anything. Just give him the item and walk away. After calling you that, he doesn't deserve any words. I can't believe that. That's just so ugly. You don't have to say anything, Bob. What I had said to say was enjoy my white privilege. Here you go. Enjoy my white privilege. Hope it feels good. But that and then I said, but that doesn't make sense for a reason. Because what he said to you doesn't make any sense. What you being in front of him to grab an item off his shelf, unless you came up from behind him and pushed him out of the way as he was grabbing it, he had no basis for saying that, and for even making a comment, period. But then to make it about race, that's just wrong, man. The guy was totally in the wrong. You're gonna wear a gas mask to work, Thomas? Cheers, old. Bad Bad Blue Drop says Cash is so filthy. There's no reason for any of us to be like that right now. There's a lot of division, and you can either feed into it or you can rise above it. And you know what I see on Twitter? I see a lot of people rising above the bullshit. I see so many divisive politicians making divisive comments on Twitter, getting destroyed on the comment section. And those fucking politicians have to go back there and read some of those responses, and it's all negative. And for them to just keep marching along with their heads held high, with their stupid tweets that they're putting out there, acting like the majority of the people watching it reading it disagree with them. It's a beautiful sign of the times of a lot of the people that are on Twitter, and there's a lot of community, there's a lot of people getting together and ignoring race and the divisiveness and all the shit that politicians like to use to try to pit us against each other. Because I was thinking about it, if you're a Trump supporter, politically, okay, let's say you're a political Trump supporter, not because of his opinions, but because of his policies, you support Donald Trump. Okay, fine. Let's say that's you. Who are you more scared of? A Biden president or a Bernie Sanders president? Dude, do you even have to think about that? Joe Biden's going to get in there and he's not going to get in there. If he were to become the nominee, Donald Trump would eviscerate him. That would be really bad. But if Joe Biden were to become president of the United States, not much would change. The people that have all the money would get to keep all the money. He wouldn't redistribute anything. And let me tell you something. Donald Trump has spent a lot of time redistributing wealth. Okay? He's been taking it from the programs that help the poor, the hungry, the homeless, the people who are retiring, medical. He's taking all of that cash. He's giving it to the top 1%, right? What's going to happen if Joe Biden gets in there? Nothing. Nothing. He's not going to undo any of that shit. He's not going to know. Can anybody tell me any of Joe Biden's policies? I certainly can't. Haven't heard any of them. All I've heard are stupid old stories about fucking how rustic and cool he used to be. And and stupid attacks on people that are baseless, like this attack on Bob earlier. It was Bob, I believe, or Robert, that got called a white piece of shit or white whatever for taking something off a shelf because it was the last item on the shelf. If there's one thing a political Trump supporter is more terrified of, it's a Bernie Sanders presidency. Because Bernie Sanders will go in there and do the opposite of what Donald Trump did. And he will, with the stroke of a pen, he will start undoing every single fucking thing that Donald Trump did. And that terrifies people like me that have a lot of money. We're holding on to a lot of wealth. And Bernie Sanders comes in there. Oh boy, man, he's going to start taxing the rich. He's going to start taxing the corporations, and he's going to take that tax money and he's going to distribute it to the people that need that money, people that need to survive, and oh, boo-hoo, I don't get to buy a second fucking property on a river like I want to. Boo-hoo, I'm so sad I don't get to buy a second property. Fuck me. Who fucking cares? I'd be a little bitch if I had a problem with that. That's why I support Bernie Sanders. And I don't mind him redistributing the wealth for the people down there that really fucking need it. Because I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to fucking take my wealth and just start giving out to people. Hey, man, I know a lot of those people will go out and buy meth with that money. It's just a sad fact. I'm in no position. I say the government, it's in a much better position to give that money out. And through programs and through distributing food and putting roofs over people's heads. And I want to be a part of that. So just understand, when it comes down to a Bernie Sanders versus a Joe Biden presidency, not only is a Biden presidency not going to undo anything that Donald Trump did, not only, but Donald Trump is going to, mark my words, destroy Joe Biden in debates. I guarantee you this. Donald Trump jacks off at night, and the only way he can get off is to imagine him on a stage with Joe Biden debating him in front of America. He can't wait. He's like a fucking pit bull on a leash right now. That's how he is. And he's just going like that. His claws are just clawing at the ground. That's Donald Trump right now. And if Biden steps in that ring, it's over. Joe Biden's going to get devoured. You put Bernie Sanders in there. Whoa. This guy's got policies. This guy's going to attack you. This guy's going to remember all the bullshit that you've done over the last 3 years. And he's going to mention every single thing and throw it all in your face. So now you got two fucking pit bulls fighting in a ring. And that petrifies Trump supporters. Because, hey, man, that could go either way. But if you put Biden in there, we got 4 more years of Donald Trump. I'm going to have a lot more money. Because my businesses are flourishing. They're flourishing right now. And if you fucking motherfuckers that support Trump want to make me wealthier so I can sit here and laugh at you, go right ahead. But I highly recommend you vote for Bernie Sanders. Because I've got more than enough. And so do people like me. And there's millions of us out here. So, please. Not all of us need to be driving Lexuses and Teslas. I really hope that you guys decide for yourselves, but that's where I'm at with it all. I've been like that for years. Since Barack Obama basically came in and lied about so much shit. They're claiming that the Senate only needs just a handful to turn it blue, the Senate. If you get a president and a Senate that's Democratic, man, it's just going to be bam, 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 policy after policy after policy after policy. It is. I in my mind, I don't see that happening. I kind of like try to see into the future with my brain. I don't see a Democratic president and a Democratic Senate, Congress. Am I saying Senate? I should say Congress. I don't know what I'm saying. Senate, help me. I'm really high right now. Nothing makes sense in my brain. You get the House, and then you have the Senate, right? I think. What the fuck is the goddamn Congress for then? You don't understand how Democrats can support Biden? Jeffrey, I just explained it to you. I'm going to tell you real quick. Greed, Jeffrey. Greed. It's about the money, Jeffrey. If Joe Biden gets in there, all the wealthy Democrats out there get to keep their money. They know it. They're not out there bragging about what Donald Trump has done for them like I am. I told you before Donald Trump got elected president, you go back and watch my goddamn videos on YouTube or on Facebook, and you will literally see me say, hey, if you morons elect Donald Trump, you're going to make me rich. And I'm going to be laughing all the way to the fucking bank because he's going to give money to the fucking top 1%. He's going to take the taxes away from large corporations, and it's going to trickle down to about as far as me. I warned you. I was right. So if I vote Democrat, and I'm an independent, but I vote Democrat, and I'm doing good. Think of how many other Democrats out there are doing good too because of what Donald Trump has done. Oh, don't kid yourselves. You know, they're enjoying the wealth. If I'm enjoying it, there's millions of them out there enjoying it. They're just not telling you. And the best thing they can see, the path that they see right now to preserving what Donald Trump has done for them, is to elect Joe Biden and still sleep with themselves. So be able to go to sleep at night and live with themselves, I should say. Sleep with themselves. It's kind of sexy. The other day, what would I have done if a panhandler reached into my car? I guess if I'm pulling up a road and there's panhandlers, my windows are going to be up. For that very reason. You know, they might be coming off their last hit of crack cocaine, son. Coming up to your car trying to get another hit. They will do anything. Those people will do anything. I would have pulled up with the goddamn window up. That blue dress, like, they'll get another hit. Right? Or maybe they're shooting something. They'll get another shot. All right, no law regarding cannabis. There are lots of them are homeless or just putting on an act for money. I'd say, you know, I don't know what the ratio is, man. I'd say you get both out there, of course, and I don't know what it is. I haven't done a survey. All right, no law regarding cannabis. Cheers, guys. Cannabis isn't just for all. Nefes, 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 Nefes. Thank you, Pro Dragon. So Cobra Dad came in and he saw this. He laughed his ass off. You guys like that? Nefes, Nefes, Nefes. Trump 2020 says Heath. You are the smart one. Bob, teach him. Baba, Teresa, David, Randy. Do not go on a cruise ship ride. Do not go on a cruise ship ride. Do not go on a cruise ship ride. How do you have that monitor mounted to your wall? Is it screws or hooks? It took you. I took your advice. Nay, Paul H. You took my advice. What was my advice? My advice was what? To stop the drama? To go make friends with your neighbor? What did you do, Paul? What did you do? What did you do, Paul? Sit down. Shut up. What did you do? Did you do a little bit? I think you did. I think you did a little bit, my friend. What did you do, my friend? Did you do a little bit? What did you do? Cheers, cheers. You guys said you couldn't show flames and shit or lighters, but David C. Baker's got this, and he's got a flame and peace sign and a heart. Look at that. He's got it all. First, I looked at my... Did you really, Paul? You looked at your part in that? Oh, my God. So I had slug coffee this morning. First, you looked at your... I do remember saying this, man. You have to... It can't be all your neighbor. It's got to be both of you, right? So you looked at yourself, and you saw some of what you might be guilty of doing in this tumultuous relationship. These two guys are neighbors, and they're screaming at each other. And they have to see each other all the time, so they're, they get on each other's nerves. And Paul's come on and told stories before about, him and his crazy neighbor. He's so high the virus can't even touch him. High up on a mountain, away from people. That's the trick. Be away from people. I used to date my neighbor's daughter. Bob. I want coffee. I don't know what slug coffee is, Bob, but I want coffee. It carried on regardless. I just didn't respond to it. You didn't respond to it? Yeah, don't feed into it, right? It's like a troll, Paul. He's like a troll. And if you stop reacting to him, he'll stop fucking trolling, I bet. Because he's not getting his... You guys could be friends, man, and fucking talk to each other, You get that kind of back and forth where you get this, It's screaming at each other. So about a court case, Teresa, Bob. Summer will be safer to fly than right now since people are saying warmer. I don't know, Bob. I wish I knew that. I've heard both. I've heard that it could be either. I've heard that warmer months can make a virus bad, too. So, I don't know. Splashic Cathethi. One thing's for sure is my neighbor has kids. They go to school. So I'm already worried about that because I see them from time to time. I could get exposed to it. Now would be a great time to switch to freaking homeschooling. man, imagine if the kids get it in schools. It just goes from school to school to school. Dude, that will affect the finances of this country. We will lose so. You know, they said that China shut down a lot of their factories. It's so much to the point that it's affecting the global temperature. The global average temperature is going up because there's a reduction in the amount of pollution that they're producing. I asked a climate scientist. I said, "Is that happening?" He goes, "Yeah, it is." He showed me another climate scientist that's studying that. Showed it to me. That global average temperature because of China is rising. So imagine if it happens here in the United States. People are so sick, or their kids are so sick, they stay home, they shut down factories, we stop polluting, it starts getting warmer outside. Say this thing thrives in the warmth. Who knows? I don't know. I just assume stay away from as many people as I can. But I realize I'm not isolated. You know, I was this close to walking in a grocery store yesterday, and I didn't. Because I didn't feel like stopping. But I wasn't thinking about the virus. And there you go. I would have grabbed that grocery cart, gone in there, got my lettuce. That's all I wanted was a fucking head of lettuce. I would have gone around, though, and looked for shit. They're shutting schools down, Jeffrey? Look at Bad Bad Blue Jaws with the vegan ways. I was gonna thaw out a fucking a ribeye tonight. What's in the name? Corona's energy field do with the energy. Okay. Stop handshaking. Right, handshaking. Stop that. Do you think the virus will be gone by November? I don't know. I really don't know. If you want my opinion? I don't think so. Though looking at what's going on, it looks like it's only going to get worse. It's in Africa, guys. You guys know, you remember what we said? We're like, you know, as long as it doesn't get into the third world countries where they can't isolate and can't control it, we'll be all right. Okay. It's in South America. It's in Africa. Imagine what's going to happen there. It's all over Africa. It's all over South America, guys. Air pollution over China. I said he can't say coronavirus, only virus. James, the weakest will be gone by November, I think. The Bug Boat by Stephen Colbert is hilarious. David, what's up, son? Italy on NBC News claims it's the visas has changed again in their country. Italy on NBC News. The virus has changed again in their country. North Korea is not reporting in, but South Korea's got 7,041 cases. The United States has 401 cases. California looks pretty bad, man. It's close to where I'm at, guys. I've got a case north, south, and southeast and southwest. of my location. Single cases. One's in Sonoma. I got a speeding ticket there once. I think. Was it Sonoma? No, I don't think it was Sonoma. Was it Sonoma? Yeah, maybe it was. Placer has 5 cases. Whoa, 1 death. 1 death over here near me, man. Holy shit. One minute until quarter of the hour. Cannabis isms for all. Cheers, everybody. That's just confirmed cases, not to mention not confirmed. Right. Wow. See how it's doing in San Francisco. It shows a whole bunch over here in the ocean for some reason. Oh, the cruise ship. 21 active cases. There's a cruise ship off the coast of San Francisco. Look at that, with 21 cases. San Jose, that's where they saved my life. 24 cases, 1 recovery. Yeah, it's yeah, it's got it all around my area where I live, man. It's just gonna take one person to travel to San Francisco and come back here and start spreading it around here. They'll go to Walmart or the grocery store and boom, it'll be all over my fucking town. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be gone by November. No, it just seems to be getting worse. You know, overall cases around the world, it went from 53.8 to 55.9. Okay, that's 2,000. Then it went from 55.9. We'll call it 56. It went from 56,000 to 58.4. So almost a half, but not quite, because it's you subtract 1, so it's really 58.3 because we had the minus the 1. It's speeding up going around the world. Now in China, it went from 80.4 to 80.6 to 80.7. It's slowing down. .2, 80.3, 80.4. It sped up a couple days ago, but now it's slowing down again. It sped up for a day. Right on, Paul. Very well said. So it's speeding up. Oh, I was giving you recovery. My bad. Hold on. That wasn't rest of the world. Here's the rest of the world. It went from 14.9 to 17.5. All right. That's almost 3,000. Okay, but then it went from 17.5 to 21. That's 4. Almost 4. And then it went from 21.2 to 25.2. 4,000. So it's speeding up. Going around the world, speeding up. Countries don't know how to deal with it like China can now. China is getting a handle on it. I guess they're able to tell their populations what to do. I don't know. But it's going around the world at like, you know, you got South Korea, Italy, Iran. Those are all, 5,000, 6,000, and 7,000. Or, almost 6,000, 6,000, and 7,000. Almost. In those three countries. It's like 18,000 people just there. In those three countries. It's crazy. They're running out of test kits. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure they are. Nothing in Antarctica. Nothing in Greenland. Nothing. It doesn't look up. It doesn't look like Alaska's got anything. Nope, nothing in Alaska. Hawaii's got one. One active case in Hawaii. That's interesting. So isolated. Iceland's got 50 confirmed cases that are active right now. Algeria now has 17 cases in Africa. And Egypt has 15 cases. Egypt is on the African continent. Yeah. British Columbia, Canada's got 21 confirmed cases with 4 recoveries, 17 active. Washington's got 26 active cases. Mexico has 5 active cases. Huh. Keep it open, keep it open, keep it open. Keep it open, keep it open, keep it open. I like that. Keep it open, keep it open, keep it open. Replaying the James. It definitely would have helped. Keep it open. My doggy, my doggy, my doggy. He's just a little puppy. He is my little doggy. I want to clean his ears. They wouldn't clean his ears at the vet today. They said we don't do that without a vet's doing an exam first. You want his ears? I'll clean his ears. It's actually done, But I would say I know my way around his ears pretty well now. With those Q-tips, I know exactly where they go, and they go way in there, man. Those ears are huge. And it's like at a right angle. It goes down, and there's a bend, so you don't have to worry about going where the eardrum is, which is cool about dogs' ears. They basically have a tuba for a hearing device. They got 2 tubas. Amplifies. His ears are just. He hears everything, man. He can hear those kids across the street. His little ears, they tune in, man, and he sits there and he listens to every word they're saying. And he looks at me, he's like, I must go to them. I must go. The other night I was like, just fucking go. And he went running down the mountain. Down he went. Down goes Frasier. Down goes Frasier. My pit lab. Oh, Roscoe is a pit lab. Loves her ears clean, but hates the petty paws nail ground. Huh. Top of the hour. Top of the hour. Top of the hour, top of the hour, top of the hour. coming up on 420. Coming up on 420 here. Petty pause. Petty pause. He got his nails clipped at the vet. He didn't seem to have too much of a problem with it. I gave him a bath 2 days ago before his brother came over, so he was nice and clean. Nail grinder. Nail grinder, nail grinder, nail grinder. TrinityAsDivers.com. I just wonder if they're gonna close schools and make people stay inside. Stop them stay inside. Could you imagine if I sued Facebook for blocking my website domain, and I got like millions and millions of dollars from Facebook because they blocked my website? God, that would be awesome. Cheers. No law regarding cannabis. Yeah, I started my outdoor plants a long time ago. They're in my indoor grow right now. I've got 2 alien overlords, 2 Jack Hares, and 2 sweet Afghani deliciouses. No, the vet did not check Rogan's ears. No, that didn't happen. Why are people going crazy over toilet paper? I don't know. If they would go get that machine that cleans their ass with water, it would probably work better for the people trying to get paper. Just go get one of those little machines, man. You'll never have to worry about toilet paper again. Wouldn't that be amazing? Edmonton. Diagnosed. I've seen people fist fight on street. That machine to wash her ass, Kayla. Right? That's what I heard. You can get one of those. There's your solution to your problem. Order it from Amazon. That's what I do. I bet they're not running out. Top of the hour. Cannabis isn't business for all. No law regarding cannabis. No law regarding cannabis. So, it's what day is today? Saturday. I bet Jimmy Dore didn't go live today, right? Let me see. Let me see here. Man, why isn't it showing me who's live? These fucking pricks. Ron Placone did something. Here we go. Is there nobody that I follow? It's unreal. Psst. Nobody that I follow. Oh, what the fuck happened, dude? It used to give me lives, people who were live on the left. It's not giving me that anymore. And I don't know why. It says I'm live over here. That's what's up. That's what's up. I'm live. Legalize Everywhere channel. That's what's up, son. Bernie Sanders is live right now. Town Hall on racial and economic justice. Bernie, excuse me, Bernie Sanders is live. We're gonna check out his. We're gonna check out Bernie Sanders right now. He's live on the internet. We're gonna tune in really fast. It's got 183. Oh, it looks like it's over. Started streaming. Oh no, it hasn't started yet. Started streaming 4 minutes ago. Let's give him a thumbs up. How many people are watching? 847 people watching. 206 thumbs ups. Bernie's the chosen one. This was. You guys want to read the comments? This is fucking fantastic. Here, check this out. The comments here are great. Here, let me make it bigger first. Oh, it just started. That's okay, though. Don't worry about that. Here, I'm going to bring you the chat. Here, add source. Smart selection. I'm just going to bring you the chat here. It's, just read what everybody's saying. I think you guys will enjoy it. Biden has dementia. Biden has dementia. Sound is off. Sound is off. Sound, no sound. Hey, Comrade Bernie, you really need to get right with our Lord and give up atheist ways. Biden is a walking blooper. May I please get some audio, sir? Somebody said. Sound, 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 please. Sound, sound is off. There's no sound. Why pay for potheads? Bernie's chat is MAGA. Bernie's chat is MAGA country. Are you guys checking out any of this stuff? Damn, there's Nina Turner, dude, and they got the sound off, and they're pissing people off because there's no sound. There's a whole bunch of people coming out. Is that fucking... Oh, I thought Bernie Sanders came out. They fixed the sound, they said? No, let's see if they turn the sound on. I got no sound. Oh, okay. They say, a lot of people are saying they've got sound already, so I'm just going to refresh the page. Because I've still got no sound. So I'm going to refresh it, and I'll get you the video. Hopefully. I'm not hearing any sound. I'm not hearing any sound. Oh, maybe my computer sound is off from. Yeah, they had the power off. I gotta turn my stereo on. Here we go. We'll have sound here in a second.
Winning big enough that this election is way beyond cheating distance and that Trumpism goes into the history books too. And I'm with it. This is the reason.
Hello, somebody. Making sure folks have clean water. Hello, Flint is just. And Flint, I want to say about Senator Sanders that not only did he come here in 2016 when he was running, he came back in 2017. Hello, somebody.
Hello, somebody. Fuck yeah, you tell him.
Has an infrastructure plan and is committed to making sure nobody in the United States of America has dirty water. Hello, somebody.
Hello, somebody. Hello, somebody.
Understands that there are disparities within the disparities, and in this country, we must have some real truth and reconciliation when it comes to anti-blackness and racism in the United States of America. So when they tell you we can't do this, we can tell them to get the hell out of the way and let those of us who are committed to do it, do it. So I need you to do something for me, Flint. I need you to raise one hand for yourself and one hand for somebody else. With these hands, we will have college for all. With these hands, we will cancel student debt.
Changing the quality of that to 480. It was at 122.
With these hands, we will reform the legal system. With these hands, we will take care of the earth. With these hands, we will have transcendence. And with these hands, we will elect Senator Bernard Sanders.
Thank you, David C. Baker. David C. Baker Jr., thank you.
Of the United States of America.
There's a link, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. Everyone, please settle down. I'm just gonna talk. I'm gonna talk to you right now.
Thank you all for coming back.
Thank you for coming back.
Back here in Flint.
We're in Flint, Michigan.
Thank you. And it is always hard to follow.
Fuck! It's always hard to fuck. It's always hard to fuck.
People like Cornel West or Nina Turner. But I want to chat for a little bit, and then we're going to open it up to a great panel discussion, because this is a pivotal and serious moment in American history. And what we're about right now in 2020 is perhaps the most important election, maybe since the Civil War. This is an election which, in a very profound way, will determine the direction of our country. And let me assure you, we together are going to do everything we can to defeat the most dangerous president in the modern history of this country. Donald Trump will be defeated because the American people, no matter what their political view may be, understand we cannot have a pathological liar in the White House.
Fuck yeah.
We cannot have somebody who says something today and it doesn't mean anything because he's changed his mind and said something different the next day.
Fuck follow. Fuck follow. Hashtag fuck follow. I love it.
This year, together we will throw But it is not just that Trump is a liar and an autocrat. He is a fraud.
Someone's screaming him down.
Trump said that he was going to provide health care to everybody. You all remember that? Oh, he believed that everybody...
Radius. I don't understand why I can't play a fucking video stream. It's because I'm live broadcasting, I guess.
...million people
Let me turn my phone
off of the health care they did have. Trump tried to take away the protections for those many millions of people who have pre-existing conditions. Trump said when he came here to Michigan to campaign in 2016 that his tax plan would not benefit billionaires like himself. He lied. 83% of the benefits of that plan went to the top 1% over 10 years. Trump said, as you all recall, that he was not going to cut Medicare and Medicaid and Social Security. He lied. Look at his budget, and his budget calls for massive cuts to Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. Now, the issue that is on the minds of millions of people is which candidate can defeat Donald Trump. When we began this race, as you all remember, there were 18 candidates vying for the Democratic nomination. Now we are down to 2.
2. Did Tulsi drop out? Did Tulsi drop out?
Let me just become a little bit political for the moment. Surprise, surprise. Yes, I'll become political. And I want you all to think about this. In order to win here in Michigan against Trump, in order to defeat Trump nationally, we are going to have the highest voter turnout in the history of this country. That's just the simple fact. Trump will have endless amounts of money from his billionaire friends. Trump, because he does not believe in the rule of law, will combine federal agencies into his campaign, use the government to help him. Trump will lie all of the time. And Trump has, in fact, a loyal group of supporters. The way we beat Trump is with a very large voter turnout. And I want you all to think, whether or not the same old status quo politics can generate the energy and the excitement we need to get that turnout to defeat Trump. I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think what we need to defeat Trump is to speak to working people all over this country and to get them to understand that this president lies all of the time. He is not a friend of working families. He is a friend of the billionaire class. We can do that. What this campaign is about is reaching out to young people. The good news is that the younger generation in America today is the most progressive young generation in the history of this country. This is a young generation that is leading the effort in opposition to climate change. This is a generation that is demanding common sense gun safety legislation. This is a generation which is overwhelmingly anti-racist, anti-sexist, anti-homophobia, anti-xenophobia. That is the very good news of which we should all be proud. But here's the bad news. This is a generation that does not vote at the level that it should vote. And our job together is to say to young people, if you want to save the planet, if you want to oppose racism and sexism and injustice of all kinds, you got to get involved in the political process. And this is the campaign. This is the campaign of the future. This is the campaign that is opening the doors to young people all across this country. Young people, come on in. We need you. Now,
Cheers.
when you
Quarter of the hour.
two candidates and not 18 candidates, it is somewhat easier to differentiate how these candidates stand, what they stand on the issues. And Joe Biden is somebody I have known for a very long time. And what I have said publicly and repeat to you now, if Joe Biden becomes the nominee, I will be there for him. He has made it clear that if I become the nominee, he will be there for me, and that's the way it should be. But there are real differences between us, and that's what democracy is about. You don't have to demean people, you don't have to insult people, but the people have a right to know. What are the differences between the candidates? So let me start off with, I think, maybe the most important. The American people are profoundly disgusted that we are seeing billionaires all over this country buying elections. And that is why, together, we are going to overturn this disastrous Supreme Court decision on Citizens United. And why we're going to move to public funding of elections. Because we believe that democracy is one person, one vote, not billionaires buying elections. Now, in terms of this campaign, it is important to note that Joe Biden has over 60 billionaires who are funding his campaign. Joe Biden has a super PAC. Now, why is that important? It is important because I think people instinctually understand that when you receive large amounts of money from billionaires, you are not, in fact, going to stand up for the needs of working families. And that's just the simple truth. That's why in America, the rich get phenomenally richer, while we have 40 million people living in poverty. It's why real wages have not been raised in this country over the last 45 years. Rich are doing phenomenally well, and they buy elections. Now, I want to tell you what our campaign is doing and how we approach funding of our campaign.
Small donations from many people.
We have received more campaign contributions, close to 9 million.
Wow.
From more Americans,
I'm one of them.
2 million, than any
I'm one of them.
campaign in the history of the United
I
States.
donate monthly to his campaign.
And that contribution averages $18.50. That means the people who are contributing to our campaign are teachers. You know, they are workers at Amazon, they're workers at Walmart, people who are putting in 10, 20, 30 bucks. And I am very moved and so appreciative of their support. And what all of that ends up meaning is that we are a campaign of the working class of this country, by the working class of this country, and for the working class of this country. We don't need a super PAC. We don't want a super PAC. I don't go to billionaires' homes to raise money. I grew
Cheers,
up
happy
in a
420,
working
everybody.
class household. I grew up in a rent-controlled apartment. I will stand with the working families of this country and take on the power of big money. But it's not just how we raise money. It's what, you know, Joe has been in Congress a long time before he was vice president, and I've been in Congress for a long time. What is our voting record? Who was there when the going got tough? Who was there when you had to take a political risk to stand up for justice. And let me... All of you, or many of you, will remember that when Bush was president, he and Dick Cheney told the American people that Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction and that we had to get involved in a war in Iraq. I never believed one word of that. I helped lead the opposition to the war in Iraq. Joe Biden voted for the war in Iraq. Of particular interest to Michigan and the Midwest are the disastrous trade agreements like NAFTA and PNTR with China, which have cost this state alone, Michigan, 160,000 good-paying jobs. Cost Pennsylvania 150,000 good-paying jobs. Wisconsin 100,000 good jobs. America as a whole, well over 4 million good-paying jobs. Now, I heard during that period in the 90s, I heard all of corporate America saying, you got to vote for these trade agreements. And all of the media saying, you got to vote for these trade agreements. I stood with the unions, the working families of the country. I voted against those agreements. Joe Biden voted for those agreements.
Yeah.
I understand that there are millions of senior citizens and people with disabilities who cannot now or in the past get by on $12,000, $13,000, $14,000 a year Social Security. You can't do it. Nobody can. I helped lead the effort to prevent cuts to Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. And my view has always been that you don't cut Social Security, you expand Social Security benefits. Joe Biden was on the floor of the Senate time and time again, talking about the need to cut Social Security. On women's issues, I am very proud to tell you that I have a 100% lifetime pro-choice voting record. It is my view, it is my forever held view, that it is women who must have the right to control their own bodies, not the government. And let me tell you that if it was men who were giving birth in this country, we would not be having this debate right now. Time and again, Joe Biden, on the other hand, voted for an amendment called the Hyde Amendment. And that's an amendment that says that women should not be able to receive Medicaid funding in order to control their reproductive rights.
Randy, thank you.
Years ago, and thank God this has changed, and we all should be proud of it, but 25 years ago or so, it wasn't quite so easy to defend gay rights. 25 years ago or so, there was a right-wing piece of legislation called the Defense of Marriage Act. And what that ugly act said, it said, you know what? We believe, this is what the authors of the bill said, we believe that marriage must simply be between a man and a woman. The easy vote was to vote yes on that, because at that time, defending gay rights was not so easy. Joe Biden voted yes on that very bad bill. I voted no. Nelson Mandela made a very profound statement, wrapped up a whole lot of things in one sentence.
Thank you,
And he
Randy.
said, everything seems
Appreciate it, buddy.
impossible until it is done. You all know what that means? Everything seems impossible until it is done. What does that mean? What it means is we are told
James
by
S.,
the
thank you.
Congress, by the corporate establishment, by the media establishment, that we really cannot bring about the kinds of changes that this country needs to bring about for working families. We can't think big. We can't think about the kind of world we want to be living in. So my question is, how does it happen that every other major country on earth guarantees health care to all people as a human right? Don't tell me we can't do that. How
Thanks,
does
Randy.
it happen that when we give tax breaks to billionaires, Congress never gets around to raising the minimum wage to a living wage of $15 an hour? How does it happen that Germany and Scandinavian countries all over the world understand that all of their people need a higher education regardless of their income? Why can't we make public colleges and universities tuition free? If we could bail out the crooks on Wall Street 12 years ago, why can't we cancel all student debt in America? If the scientists are telling us that climate change is an existential threat to our country and the planet, how come we are not leading the world in transforming our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energy? Think big and not small. How does it happen in the richest country on earth that we have more people in jail, disproportionately African American, Latino, Native American, than a country like China, 4 times our size? How come we tolerate a broken and racist criminal justice system? So when you think big and not small, when you listen to what Mandela says, what we understand, we're going to invest in our young people in good jobs and education, not more jails and incarceration. How does it happen that we have a broken immigration system and we're demonizing immigrants? And there are people all over this country living in fear. And that is why we are going to end the demonization of immigrants.
Thank you, Randy.
We're going to restore the legal rights of the 1.8 million young people eligible for DACA. We're going to pass comprehensive immigration reform. Almost everybody in America understands that we need strong gun safety legislation. And yet Trump and his friends, the Republican leadership, are intimidated by the NRA. We will not be intimidated by the NRA. So that is where we are at this moment in history, with an enormously important primary coming up in a few days here in Michigan. So there are just a few fundamental issues that we've got to deal with. Number one, the same old status quo politics simply is not working anymore. This is a politics which has failed the African American community. It has failed the American people. It is a system that works very, very well for all of you who are billionaires. It is not working for the working families of this country.
It's true. I agree. It's working well for me.
You know, I am told over and over again that all the ideas and others that I talk about, they're radical, they're extreme. Brothers and sisters, these are not radical ideas. They're not extreme ideas. In many cases, they're being done all over the world, and in virtually every case, they're supported by the American people. So tonight, I am here to ask for your support. Let's win on Tuesday. Let us win the nomination. Let us defeat Donald Trump. And let us transform this country. Thank you all very much. Chair here. You got an extra chair somewhere? All right. Thank you. And I'll invite you to the inauguration. Okay, what I want to do now is just have a very informal discussion with some extremely knowledgeable people. This is very informal. We're going to talk about human rights. We're going to talk about civil rights. We're going to talk about the rights of the African American community and what is happening. We're going to talk about where we need to go as a country. So let me just begin by inviting Naria Sharif.
You're welcome.
To make some comments.
You're welcome.
Whatever she wants to
Daniel.
do. No, we got one right next to you. Let me have that one back.
You're welcome, bro.
There we go. Let's get it in, man. Assalamu alaikum. My name is Naira Sharif, and I'm the director of Flint Rising. And Flint Rising formed in 2016 in the aftermath of the Flint water crisis, the largest public health disaster in the history of this country. And it really formed because we discovered that the state was abusing people under the auspices of our recovery. And I'm tired, like I'm real tired. The struggle is real, and yet we still struggle. It has been 2,143 days since the switch. So that will make you real tired, huh? And in those 2,143 days, we have clearly seen that the state and the federal government is incapable of handling any sort of public health disaster. Just last week, the governor, under this new public health epidemic, the coronavirus, made the decision to not have a moratorium on water shutoffs. And our state would rather publish posters and telling people how to wash their hands. Yet you have people who do not have clean, safe, affordable water running out of their taps. Michigan is the epicenter of these water wars, the water affordability war, the water quality war, and the privatization of water war. So I am really hoping, because in Flint we real tired, might have the water warriors have their fists up, put your fists up, because these are the people in solidarity that we have been fighting for the justice and reparations, and we're continuing to fight for not only clean water, no more water shutoffs, Medicare for all, because we need health care and we are tired of dragging our poisoned bodies to DC to Lansing and all over the country, because we have multiple communities across the country who are now dealing with the same things that we've dealt with since 2014. So my question, and I'm going to end with the question, because we want justice and reparations that includes long-term health care, long-term education resources, the repeal of the fascist and anti-democratic emergency manager law that is still on the books. And we need Medicare for all. So my question to you, Senator Sanders, is how could your administration bring fully a recovery? Because we've had Democratic candidates come into our community and we are tired of the broken promises, and we are tired of Flint being campaign stops and being propped up and talking to reporters when we still are we're overdrawn out of this transactional paradigm. And we really need justice and recovery and clean, safe, affordable water, so we're not being thrown out of our homes because of water shutoffs, and our families being torn apart because of water shutoffs, and us constantly having to prove that we're poor, and all of these policies that are being basically being used to obscure and be obstructions to our liberation and our recovery. So what can you do for us, for Flint?
Okay, I'm going to answer that. I'm going to ask you a question. Am I correct in remembering, and I may be wrong on this, that not only have you had a water crisis in terms of poison in your water, but you're also paying outrageously high water rates? Is that the case?
Yes, and they could even double again this year.
What? For poison water?
All right, to answer your question, I mean, it is a terrible, I will tell you this. In 2016, I was here, and we went and had a private meeting, no TV cameras, with a group of parents whose kids were really suffering. And my wife had to leave. She was with me. She had to leave the room because she was in tears. She couldn't deal with it. And it was one of the most painful meetings that I have ever been to in my life, because I don't have to explain to people here what's happened to the children, the damage that was done to these kids, and to hear parents talking about what happened to their own kids was just terribly traumatic. So to answer your question, what we are about, look, what makes this campaign different is I'm not here just running, vote for me and I'm gonna solve all your problems. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying here is that we have to beat Trump, that goes without saying, but we have to transform this country and fundamentally reorient our priorities. And the only way we do this is through an unprecedented grassroots movement. We are a movement, not just a political campaign, because see, I can come here and tell you all these things, but the only way, and I'm gonna stand up here, all right. Because unlike these people, I'm not old, I'm young. Because look, let me tell you something no other presidential candidate will tell you. No president, not Bernie Sanders or anybody else, can do it alone. You want the rich to start paying their fair share of taxes so we rebuild our crumbling infrastructure? We gotta stand together. You want to take on, and when we stand together, that's what we will do. So here is the point, all right, and this is the answer to your question. All right, everything you said, I agree with. I've said it a million times. But what I want to say also, some of you may agree, some of you may not agree. I'm not going to come here and lie to you. Vote for me, I'm going to take on all of these problems. I can't do it. You got to take on Wall Street. You're prepared to take on Wall Street? The healthcare industry last year made $100 billion, charging us the highest prices in the world for our healthcare. You're prepared to work with me to take on the healthcare industry? You're prepared to take on the prison industrial complex? All right. That's the answer to the question, that we work together. And as president, I will be proud to lead that effort, but we're all in this
together.
Fuck yeah.
All right, let me get to Jennifer Epps Addison. Jennifer, your comments, your thoughts.
I mean, first of all, can we give it up for the hometown hero, for Front Rising, and everybody who's been working on the water crisis? Yes, absolutely. I want to say, beautiful people, first of all, good evening, family. Buenas noches, mi familia. How y'all feeling? I need to let y'all know that this movement is about joy and love and community, so you should feel connected. I got to meet some of you before we started tonight. I see y'all back there. I hope we hit those points. I hope we hit them. I got to meet you in line. Our movement is about community, and you cannot let anybody else define who we are and what we are about. We cannot let the pundits tell us who we are, because if they see this room, they see the resilience and the spirit that the people of Flint have. They see the energy for transformation and for a new world. Only that can define who we are. So we are beautiful, family. So when I say good evening, family, I just need y'all to say, good evening, family. Good evening, family. I love it. I love it. My name is Jennifer Epps Addison, and I have the extreme pleasure of being the president of a national network of grassroots community organizing groups in 34 states, Puerto Rico, and Washington, D.C. And here in Michigan, I am so glad to be sitting with my family, Naira from Flint Rising, and my brother Brandon from Detroit Action. These are our affiliates here in Michigan. I got about a minute and a half, and I want to first tell some truth. I said your family, so I don't want to code my words or sugarcoat. We not only have to take on the corporations and the billionaire class and the pharmaceutical companies, but if we want to transform this world, we must take white supremacy on for real. We have to understand that capitalism and white supremacy are two sides of the same coin. They're not disconnected or disjointed. We have to understand that, you know, I love the spirit of this campaign, not me, us, because Senator Sanders understands that we don't need, and I love my white brethren, but we don't need white politicians to tell us as black people what we need for liberation. Our movements have been telling this country what our liberation looks like for generations. We just haven't had politicians who listen. Please understand when they call us radical, that in 1964 at the March for Jobs and Freedom, Dr. Martin Luther King already called for the living wage. He said $2 an hour then. Well, guess what? That's 17 plus today. So this $15 an hour minimum wage is a compromise. It is not radical. Understand that. I feel you. Now, I am a queer black woman from the Midwest. I was born in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And so I need folks to understand something about the movement traditions that I come from. Of course, I come from a black movement tradition. That's a tradition that the Black Panthers had a 10-point plan for how we liberate this country. They say we need housing, we need health care, we need education, we need food, right? They had that plan already. I know I come from that tradition. The plan is there. But I want you to also know that we in the Midwest come from a beautiful tradition. They tell us that progressivism can't win in the Midwest. Someone needs to inform them that the Midwest is the birthplace of progressivism. So understand that. Now, we have one critical task, and I want to talk about one thing. Now look, criminal justice reform, mass incarceration, these are not the only black issues. But understand that our liberation is inextricably linked to a system that exploits and extracts and profits off of the criminalization of our bodies. And it has since slavery. So I want to talk about it for a second, because this has always been the plan. The system is not broken. It is not failing. It is enacted and doing exactly what it is tasked to do. And there was one pivotal moment in my lifetime. I'm 37 years old. There was one pivotal moment in my lifetime where this country had a debate.
Dude, I don't give a fuck what this bitch has to say. Holy shit. Give her a mic and damn. Dude, did you have a fucking question for the guy that's going to be president of the United States? Or are you trying to fucking steal the goddamn show? How about this? Shut the fuck up and ask a goddamn question. What the fuck? You know, let me tell you something. She was saying some dumb shit. Capitalism is white supremacy? Really? She got a cheer for that? Thank you, Kepper. I agree. Fuck her. Take that fucking mic away from that dumb bitch. Gotta do something about that. I got some oil on the bottom of this thing, some alcohol. All right, no law regarding cannabis. Cannabis isn't just for all. Everybody, cheers. As soon as she said she was a queer black woman, I was like, who fucking cares what your sexuality is? You know, and her whole trying to display the fact that she's Latino and she's so on display. That woman, she's a black, Latin, angry fucking woman. And she just thinks she has, you know, the whole fucking world against her. Fucking angry fucking bitch. Right, Paul? You're right. You're right. He needs to not do that. He needs to not share the stage with these fucking idiots. He put some fucking idiots. You know, this happened to him last time. He let a couple of girls get up on stage and literally grab the microphone away from him. This is the exact same fucking thing. All over again. What is he doing? You know, you were great when you spoke. Walk away, Bernie. Fucking walk away. Don't let these idiots speak. He needs a handler. He needs someone like Kyle Kalinske. Kyle would be like, no, you're not going to have these fucking idiots come up here because let me tell you something, Bernie. You have no idea what the fuck they're going to say when you give them a microphone. Okay? So it's going to be representative of you because you're the one making it possible for them to speak at your event. You know, if you had someone like Kyle Kalinske working for him, you know, or Jank or someone like that, they wouldn't be making these stupid fucking mistakes. But whatever. Let's smoke. No law regarding cannabis. Cannabis isn't just for all. Cheers, everybody. All right, guys, I wanted to stay through 420. I'm glad you got to hear Bernie Sanders speak. I will see you guys later on the next show. No law regarding cannabis. Bye, y'all. See you on Twitter. TrendyAsDevers on Twitter. TrendyAsDevers.com. You guys have no excuse. You have, you know, I've mentioned the website so many times. If you choose not to go to my website just to check out all the information that I give you for free, that's on you. It's not on me. I tell you about it all the time. TrendyAsDevers.com. Bye.